Okay, then question 16, 8 marks. Circle has an equation which is x minus 6 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 17. Squared equals 17. Lines L1, L2 are tangents to the circle and intersect at 0, 12. Okay, so we do have a picture of this thing, and it looks something like that. That's a terrible circle, but anyway, so we've got 6, 5. We've got 6 here. We've got 5 here. We've got a circle there. We've got something like that, and then wherever these tangents come through, that's meant to be a tangent. Okay, it comes down here like this, another tangent there. Okay, and they go through at point 12, intersection of 0, 12. Okay, and we are told that this one is L2 and this one is L1. Okay, find the equations of L1, L2, giving your answers in y equals mx plus c form. Okay, so let's have a think about what we've got here. When these touch just there, okay, we make a radius. Okay, and if we're making a radius, we are touching it and we are making an equation. So we've got y equals mx plus 12, because we just don't know the slope of this line. And ultimately we need to find this point so that we can find a slope in one way, shape or another. Okay, we know that's 90 degrees. Does that help us any? Maybe. Let's have a little look then. Does the distance of that help us? No? Well, yes, it does actually. If I know the distance here, I know the distance there, which means I could possibly... Nah, let's just do it with simultaneous equations and be done with. Okay, and then see if we can find out what m is, because we know everything else about it. So, where does this intersect? We end up with x minus 6 squared plus y, which I'm going to write in as mx plus 12 minus 5 squared equals 17. So we end up with x squared minus 12x plus 36, multiplying out the x minus 6. Now then, plus 12 minus 5, that gives us 7. So we've got mx plus 7. So we've got mx squared plus 14 mx, okay, plus 49 equals 17, okay, because that's what we get when we have mx plus 7 squared, okay, and that should be a plus on there. Right then, so bit of tidying up to do on that. So we have x squared plus mx squared, m squared, x squared, there we go, okay, minus minus 12x plus 14mx And then we've got 49, 36, 36 plus 49. Okay, take away 17 is 68 minus 68. Whatever went to minus, don't know. Plus 68 equals 0. What are we to do with that? We are to say x squared is 1 plus m squared. Okay, plus x, which gives me 14m minus 12, okay, and we get plus 68 equals 0. L1 is a tangent, which means it has one point, which means we can take the discriminant of b squared minus 4ac, and it needs to be equal to 0 so that it has one solution. So taking a b value now of 14m minus 12 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1 plus m squared, times c, which is 68. That will equal 0 and hopefully have a single solution or be equal to 0. Okay, so with that in mind, 14 squared is 196, so 196 m squared minus, what do we have, 12 times 14, 168 times 2 minus 336 m plus 144. There then, if we quickly do this bit and we get minus 4 minus 4m squared, we can do minus 4 times 68 times 4 minus 272, and we can do minus 4 times minus 272 m squared equals 0. A bit of tidying up to do, I feel. Okay, 196 minus 272 minus 76 m squared. Okay, there is only one item minus 336m, and then 144 minus 272 minus 128 equals 0. Hopefully that will solve on the quadratic solver on the calculator. 2 polynomials 2, x is minus 76 minus 336 and minus 128, and we have an x of minus 8 over 19, sorry, not an x but an m, or we have an m of minus 4. Okay, which means we should hopefully have two solutions to the graph. Minus 4, they wanted it in y equals mx plus c, so we end up with y equals minus 8 over 19x plus 12, and we end up with y equals minus 4x plus 12. Done. Okay. I feel like I almost want to look at that on plotting software, but I'm not going to tonight. Okay, question 17. Okay, 17. Points A and B are on a line on a circle with center C as shown in the diagram. Okay, so they've given us a diagram. Okay, and we have, what do we have? Okay, so one diagram like that. We have a line going through here, which is L. This is C. A is 3, 7, and B is 5, 1. Okay. 3, 7. M is the midpoint of the line segment AB. It would have to be because that was a diameter and that was a chord. Okay. Which means if that's a midpoint, that means these are 90 degrees. Okay. The line L passes through the point M and C. Okay, find the equation for L. All right. Did we have the center of the circle? No. Okay, so let's find M to begin with. So midpoint of AB is equal to, well, if we're down here on 3 and 5, okay, and 1 and 7, the midpoint between here is 4, and the midpoint between 1 and 7 is, what is that? That's 3 of them, so 4 as well. So that point there is 4, 4, which is M. Okay, now that we know that, we can work on the slope of AB, and that's going to be the differences of the y's, which goes from 7 to 1, which is a difference of 6, and the difference of the y's is from 3 to 5, which is a difference of 2, and it's a negative slope, which means we've got a negative 3. Okay, so slope of L is inverse and negative positive, which means it's 1/3 positive. So now that I've done that, I can say that y equals 1/3 x plus c. We know it goes through 0.44, so we can say 4 equals 1/3 of 4 plus c, presumably it must be 2/3 of 4 then. 4 minus 4 over 3 equals c. C equals 8 over 3, which means y equals 1 over 3x plus 8 over 3. Okay. plus find the equation of L. Given that the x-coordinate of C is -2, find the equation of the circle. So we know that this here at the point, so we know this point here is -2, and it's on the line. Therefore, we can say, was that it was an x, wasn't it? Then we can say y is equal to 1/3 of -2 plus 8/3, meaning that y is equal to plus 8/3, which means y is equal to 2, giving you a circle line equation. That's part A. Part B, circle line equation of x of -2, so that makes it x plus 2. Remember, it's a sign change, plus y -2, that makes it a plus 2 squared, equals radius squared. We don't have a radius yet, do we? Were we told a radius? Okay, how can we find a radius of that? Radius is the same as the distance from C to A or C to B. Okay, so we've got a radius coming from here or here, so we better find the length of one of those. So the length of one of those, let's do the length of CB. Okay, length of CB is equal to the square root of, what do? We've got -2 up to 5, don't we? So that is 5, 6, 7. 7 squared plus, it was a 2, wasn't it? A 2 down to a 1, that's a different 1 squared. So that's 7 squared, 49, plus 1, that's the square root of 50 for the radius, which means when we square it, we get 50, meaning equation of the circle is that, which is x plus 2 squared y minus 2 squared equals 50. Okay, that's part B done. All right, part C, to finish this one off. Part C, try not to work in round. Find the area of triangle ABC. Which one was ABC? Let's have a look. ABC. Oh, look at that, I drew it. So we know the length of 2 of those lines, square root of 50. Doesn't help us any. Let's go and find the length of CM, and then we'll do half the base times the height as normal. We could use something called Heron's formula. I think I've used it in one of my other things, where we could find the length of AB, but I think half AB is going to be quicker. So, length of AB. Did I do this already? Midpoint slope. No, I haven't done length of AB. Length of AB is going to be the square root of 3 to 7 to 2 squared. 7 to 1 is 6. Okay. So 4 and 36. Square root 2 squared plus 6 squared is 2 root 10. 2 root 10. And so the area I should really do part C up here. Area of ABC is equal to 1/2 times the base, which is 2 root 10, times the height. Do I not have the height yet? I've just done length AB. I still need the length of CM, don't I? M was 4, wasn't it? Okay. Getting carried away with myself. Okay. Length of CM is equal to the square root of, what was it, 4. Quickly write that in so we can get it correct, and this was 2. So that's the difference, 2 squared. So 2 squared plus 2 squared. Which is 2 root 2. Okay. 2 root 2, there we go. And now straight into the calculator with all of that. That times 2 root 10 is 8 root 5, divided by 2 is 4 root 5, which equals 4 root 5, 8.94. Okay, I've got a feeling that's not the same as what's in the book. I'll have a quick check. No, the book's got it down as 20. Let's just double check what we did there, because I did make a plethora of mistakes as I was doing it. So let me see. Question C, find the area of ABC. So the length of AB ABC. Okay. I see my mistake now. The distance from here is not 2, it's minus 2. Okay, so just there, that's a minus 2, which means the distance from here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we should have a 6 squared. Okay, so the square root of 6 squared plus 2 squared is 2 root 10. 2 root 10. Okay, so watch out for those cheeky minus signs, which means this should be 2 root 10. And 2 root 10 squared is, of course, 40. And 40 divided by 2. Let's just take that out. Okay, so we've got a half times 40, which of course equals 20. So close yet so far. Okay, so question 18 then, to finish off this video. A circle, of course it's a circle, you're in the circle chapter. Okay, there's an equation. The baselines L1, L2 are tangents to the circle and have gradient 3, 2. Okay, so they have drawn us a lovely picture here. Something like that, which presumably is 3 and minus 3. And it comes out to about here somewhere. Another wonderful circle. They never touch, or they always overlap. Okay, so we've got L1, L1, L2, L2, slope of 3, 2. Lovely. Find the points of intersection of P and Q of the tangent the circle. And then they want some lines of it. Okay, some equations of it. So basically we are looking for this point and that point. Here and here. Well, they're going to make a diameter to start with. Okay, so if we join up P and Q, they make a diameter, they go through there, which means they're at 90 degrees, which means that diameter has a slope equal to minus 2/3, because it's the inverse, negative inverse. Okay, and we also know it goes through 3 minus 3. So, equation of diameter is equal to y equals minus 2/3 x plus c, and then the y value is minus 3 for the centre of the circle, minus 2 over 3 plus c, which means minus 3, what's that? Minus 2/3 times by 3 is, of course, minus 2. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1 equals c. Okay. With that done, we can find the intersection of the points on the circle, and we can go from there. Okay. So, is there any quick way of doing it? I don't think so. Okay. So we know it's y equals minus 2/3 minus 1. So let's take the equation, this one, green one. Okay, and we've got something for y, so we can say x minus 3 squared plus y, which we've just said now is minus 2/3 x minus 1 plus 3 squared equals 52. So we've got a lot of x's going on here. So let's start multiplying this one out. X squared minus 6x plus 9. What's that one? Minus 2/3. That's 4/9 plus 4/9 x squared. That becomes 2. 2 times 2/3 is minus 4/3 times 2 is minus 8/3. 8/3 x. And it's a plus 2, isn't it? So 4 equals 52. Giving us then x squared (1 plus 4/9) is 13/9. 13/9 x squared. What are the x's doing? Minus 6 and minus 8 over 3. So minus 6 minus 8 over 3 is minus 26 over 3. And then we've got a 9 plus a 4, take away a 52, which is a minus 39, equals 0. Let's solve it. Okay. Straight in onto the solve on the calculator. Okay. So we've got 13 over 9. Okay, and you can put these just in as a division sum in the calculator. It puts it in as a fraction, it's not a fraction, decimal 1.44, minus 26 over 3, which gives it minus 8.666, and minus 39. Okay, and we get x is equal to 9, and we get x is equal to minus 3. So just looking at our picture there, x is 9, so that point there is, somewhere there is 9, and this one here is minus 3. Okay, with those 2 points, what are we ultimately trying to find here? We're trying to find the point of intersection. Okay, so let's just find the y's quickly that go with them using the equation up here. Okay, so y is equal to minus 2 over 3 times 9 plus, minus 1, and also y equals minus 2 over 3 minus 3 minus 1. Okay. Minus 2 over 3 times minus 3. Okay, take away 1 is 1, y equals 1, and in this case, minus 2 over 3 times 9, take away 1 is minus 7. So we have the equation 9 minus 7, and we have, not the equation, the coordinates, minus 3, 1. Okay, and finally find the equation of the lines L1 and L2, give you answers in this format. Okay, so 9 minus 7, so we know that it's going to have a form, what was it, 9 minus 7, and this one was minus 3, 1. Nine minus 7, y equals, at the moment it's minus 2 over 3, we were told it's 3 over 2, 3 over 2x plus c, so y is minus 7 equals 3 over 2 times 9 plus c, so c equals 3 over 2 times 9 minus 7, take away that, is minus 41 over 2. Okay, which gives us y equals 3 over 2x minus 41 over 2. Multiply everything by 2, so we get 2y equals 3x minus 41, and they wanted it all written out, equals 0. So 3x plus 2y plus 41, not 3x, minus 3x, equals 0. And then for the other coordinate of minus 3, 1, exactly the same again, minus 3, 1, 3 over 2x plus c, so minus 3, 1 equals 3 over 2 times minus 3 plus c, c equals 3 over 2 3. Okay, 1 take away that answer. 11 over 2. Y equals 3 over 2x plus 11 over 2. So we get 2y equals 3x plus 11. And again, we end up with minus 3x plus 2y minus 11 equals 0. And if they wanted the, they did want the x first. Okay, all done. I'll see you in the next video on question 19.